Hey guys, so I am going live tonight with our cookie series. So hopefully you can see everything okay from here. If not, let me know. But tonight we are going to do chocolate crinkle cookies with a homemade fudge on top. Okay? So I'll give it a few more minutes and let people get on here. Might move you around a little bit, see what I can do here. And bring it up a little bit. What about that? Hopefully that might be a little bit better. Try that. I'd put you in front, but my cabinets are kind of in the way, so we'll just give it a few more minutes, maybe a few more seconds. I'm just gonna do something while we're waiting here. I'm just dehydrating some oranges. For a gift, some gifts that I'll be doing this Christmas. So I'm just flipping them over. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. So tonight we are going to do chocolate crinkle cookies with a fudge frosting, okay? So let's get started. So I've got all of my ingredients out here that I will be using. I'm going to use softened butter, and that's 3/4 of a cup of softened butter. And if you're not a big baker and you don't know, it'll say right here on the butter how much it all is, okay? So 3/4 of a cup. It's gonna get me. So one. So we're gonna use a little more than a 1 stick. So first we're going to cream together our butter and our sugar. So we use 1 softened at room temperature. So this has been sitting out all day to get it at room temperature. You don't want it too hard and you don't want it melted. Okay? And then on here it says 1/4 is right here, so we needed an extra 1/4. So we'll use half of a stick of butter here. So 1.5 sticks basically is what it comes out to. Alrighty. So I'll get the butter out of my way. I like to keep my areas clean and organized. Okay, so we have 1.5 sticks of butter in there. We're going to move on to our sugar. So we have 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar and 1/4 of a cup of sugar. So I like to use light brown sugar because we're already going to use Hershey cocoa. So we really don't need, you know, the darkness or the richness. So I'm going to use the light brown sugar. Let me grab my measuring tools. Okay. So 3/4 of a, and it's packed brown sugar, okay? 1, 2, 3. And then 1/4 of a cup of sugar. And we're going to cream all that together, okay? I just do it on low setting so I can pay attention to it. And that'll take about, I don't know, 2 minutes, I would say. So that is done, and I will show you what that looks like. It's just a real light brown, like buttery, sugary fluff, okay? Hey guys, welcome. We just got started. We're doing chocolate crinkle cookies with a fudge frosting today. So we just did our brown sugar, our sugar, and our softened butter. Okay? So we had 3/4 of a cup of softened butter, 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, and 1/4 cup of sugar. Again, I just used light brown sugar because I'm already using the cocoa mix. It gives it that richness, so and that color. So we really don't need to use the dark brown sugar. Next, we are going to add in our eggs. So when I bake my cookies, I always leave my eggs out so that I can have them at room temperature. So I had 2 eggs left out this morning. So you'll need 2 at room temperature eggs, okay? I always use the farm cage-free eggs. For some reason, it's better on my stomach and digestive system, so we use the cage-free eggs here. So 2 eggs at room temperature, and we're gonna cream that in with the rest. And like I said, I just do it on low to start so that I can keep a watch on it, because if I put it any higher, it just gets going quite a bit. So, and then I can't keep track of it. Next, we're going to get our corn syrup and our vanilla. So I ran out of my homemade vanilla. Apparently I used it too much. So if you know anybody, let me know so I can get some more homemade vanilla, because that stuff is the best. Martha. Oh, sorry. I am making chocolate crinkle cookies with a fudge frosting on it. Okay? All right. So, this is the kind of consistency that you kind of want. Actually, I'll show it to you. If I can get it off now. This thing gets stuck on there quite a bit. There we go. Okay, so that's the consistency that you kind of want, okay? It's called creaming, and you get it all smooth. These are our wet ingredients that we're doing first. So you always want to do your wet ingredients together, and then your dry ingredients together. Okay? So now that we have the 2 eggs in there, we're going to do our corn syrup. So we need 1 tablespoon of corn syrup. And on some of this stuff, I've added to my recipe because I already know I'm going to need a little bit more. So, so 1 tablespoon of the corn syrup. If you get a little extra in there, it just means it's going to be a little extra chewy. It's okay. That stuff is sticky. All right, so we got our corn syrup in there, our vanilla. So I'm going to use a little bit of my regular vanilla that I just had to pick up at the store. I do this by how much I love it. So measure with your heart on this, as everybody says. But then I got this pure vanilla bean paste. This brings out a lot of really good vanilla flavors. So I just give it a little squirt, and then that's it for that. Let me grab a paper towel real quick. So I just went to the store today and got all my cookie stuff to do this week because I'm going to be making cookie boxes to ship out. So if you want something, let me know. I'll probably put a menu out here shortly so I can have like a box just for you that you can receive in the mail. And then I'm going to be making some simmer pot little packages as well. I've got one going on my stove. It's been going on for probably 5-6 hours, and it makes your whole house smell like Christmas. So if you want one of those, let me know. I'll have one made up for you and ship it to you, okay? All right, so let's get back to this. Sorry about that. Okay, so we've got our corn syrup, vanilla, our milk. So we have 1 tablespoon of milk. And I can't stress this enough, do all of your wet ingredients first, okay? Or in one bowl, and then all your dry ingredients. It will cream a lot better, and it will, your cookies will turn out better as well, instead of just throwing everything into one pot, or one pan. Okay, and then we're gonna mix. So we just put a tablespoon of milk in there, and now we're going to mix. So while this is mixing together, I'm gonna go ahead and get in another bowl my dry ingredients ready. So we're going to get 2 cups of flour, and I'm gonna show you guys my little flour and sugar. I'll bring you with me real quick, because I've been baking so much, I had to get these little guys down here. So these are actually made for flour and for sugar. So it holds 25 pounds each. It's pretty cool. And then I can roll it to the stove or roll it wherever I need to roll it, put it on the counter. But it's got a seal to it so that nothing can get in it, which I really like because of the bugs down here. So I thought that was pretty cool. So that's still mixing up. So we're gonna need 2 cups of flour, I'm pretty sure. Yep, 2 cups of flour, so I'll get that real quick. Okay. So what I like to do, you don't have to do this, but I like to do it because, I got all my bowls up here. Sorry guys, I should have had that part planned. I like to sift my flour because, you know, flour can sit for a long time and then it just becomes compacted. So if you want a smoother cookie, sift your flour before you add it with everything else. And you'll see, like here is my flour now. I don't know if you can see it very well. This is just an all-purpose flour. Okay? And then, so I just sift a little bit at a time. And then I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. If you're a baker, you know what I mean. And like I said, you don't have to do this. I choose to do it because it makes my cookies smoother. Whoop. Whoops, a little too much there. And then if I have little hard pieces, I just throw that out. I don't want that in my cookie as far as the flour. So. Just makes your cookie real smooth and everything come together better when you go to mix it. I made a little bit of a mess. I'll show you what this sifted flour looks like. It's going to be real fine and real smooth. You see that? Jen, I'll make sure that you get us A simmer pot, yes. Okay, so that's our flour, 2 cups of flour. And then, so this has been mixed, so we can turn that off. Our cocoa, we are going to sift. I sift all my powder stuff because you never know how long it's been sitting on the shelf or anything like that. So I sift everything. A 1/2 cup of our cocoa. Okay, got a 1/2 cup here. Got my sifter, and we're going to put in a 1/2 cup. Now I use Hershey cocoa. Depending on what you like, you can use whatever you want, honestly. I think Hershey has a really great richness and taste to it, so I really like the Hershey kind. And again, we're just gonna sift this in there, make it real thin. I know this takes a little bit more time, but it is definitely worth it. And then sometimes you'll get these little bitty balls. I just take a clean, actually I can use this one, a clean measuring cup, and I just smash it through that. Because sometimes it balls up when you go to sift it. All right, good there. All right, now we are going to add our baking soda. So our baking soda is gonna be 1 teaspoon. Where's my baking soda? There it is. 1 teaspoon, okay? Boy, my eyes, as I've gotten older, anybody's eyes going crazy? My eyes are so bad. 1 teaspoon going in. All right, and then, so if you use salted butter, don't use extra salt, okay? I use salted butter because it's just easier for me. So I'm not gonna use extra salt, like the 1/2 teaspoon that it calls for. If you use unsalted butter, use your half a teaspoon of salt, okay? All right. So now we're going to mix all of this together. But I'm only going to mix it a little bit at a time. I like to mix it about a half a cup at a time. Keeps it real smooth. And everything gets incorporated at that time. Guys, I forgot my cornstarch. I figured I was missing something. So, cornstarch, 1/2 tablespoon. Oh, Lord have mercy. No laughing at me, people. Where's my 1/2 tablespoon? I don't know where I put it. Let me check something. I have so many of these things, guys, so I had to go find my other one. Okay, 1/2 teaspoon of cornstarch going in. All right. Now we're gonna add, oh my Lord, it looks like mousse, you guys. It looks so good. Okay, now we're gonna add in another 1/2 cup. And then after this gets stirred, I'll show you about halfway what it's looking like. Again, I only do it on low speed so that I can focus on it and pay attention to it. Also, around the halfway point, I scrape all the sides to make sure everything is getting in there. Sometimes your flour can go up the sides. So, Jen, I think I need bifocals too because I go like this quite a bit. All right, let's take a look at it, guys. Doesn't that look good? I'll get it off of here. This is what it looks like before I scrape it, and it's only at its halfway point. Okay? So we got a little bit more to do. So first I'm going to scrape the sides. Because you see some of that flour got stuck up on the sides. That's with any mixer, I've noticed. It's not just with this one. So I just give it a good mix. You just want to just eat it, right? It literally looks just like mousse. It's crazy. All right. We may have to lick that later. And if you know me, I don't usually eat sweets, so. But this one was probably one of my more favorite ones. And I've gotten a lot more likes on this particular cookie. So here I'm just adding the rest of it. Everything was already pretty much incorporated. So we're just gonna add the rest of this. I need one of those things that you can just pour in as it's mixing. When I got this, I didn't realize they had that. I need to get one. I need to get me one of those so I don't have to keep stopping it. Okay, because I'm weird. I don't like to get stuff like that. I don't like to get that stuff all over my bowls and stuff. It's weird. I'm a weird one. Sorry. Okay, back to mixing. We're going to mix the rest of this. Now it's starting to form into a dough and not like a mousse or a pudding. Because that's what it reminded me of, like a pudding. Now I'll bring you guys a little closer here. I'll let you see it mixing up in there. Can you see it? Alrighty, we'll put you all back. That's what it's looking like. We're almost ready. I'm just going to do a quick scrape down the sides again real fast, just to make sure everything is good to go. So normally I'm just reading my own notes. Normally I would put it in the refrigerator for a little bit to let it harden just a tad, because soft dough is really hard to form. But this is gonna go on powdered sugar. It's gonna get rolled into powdered sugar. So I'll do a few for you guys, but then I'll probably put the rest in the fridge to let it get just slightly harder. But that is totally up to you. If you guys want to do that, that is not something you have to do. I found that it's easier when the dough is cold to be able to watch your temperature with the cookie better while it's baking. So that's why I do that on some of my cookies. Some of them it doesn't really matter, but it makes a big difference when you can pretty much, it slows the baking process so that you can watch it easier. So just a little tip. All right, let's move that back. Guys, you are literally, if you make this at home, you are going to want to eat this right out of it, right out of the bowl, I'm telling you. You cannot do that though, okay? But you know what? This would be a really good cookie dough to freeze if you like to eat cookie dough. So this is what it looks like, all mixed together. Okay, so let me grab my cookie sheet out here and I'm gonna show you a couple things. So I just got this silicone, let me see if I can move this, I need a bigger kitchen. I just got this silicone mat and I'm very nervous about it. I've never used one of these, but with all the research that I've seen, it helps the cookie not stick, it helps it not burn. So I'm gonna try it tonight. I just got it and we're gonna see how it works. I'm also gonna see the difference on the pan because it doesn't quite fit my pan because I got an oversized pan. So I'm gonna put a couple cookies on the outside of this and let's see what the difference is, okay? So you guys are gonna find out just like I am. Like I said, I have not used it yet at all. So what we're gonna do is, so I'm gonna put this pan over here a little bit. I'm gonna grab my bowl and put some powdered sugar in it. This is going to be, the dough is going to get rolled into the powdered sugar. So when it's baking, the powdered sugar and the cookie like spreads a little bit, then that's where those wrinkles come in because the crinkles and the cracks will come in where the powdered sugar, and you'll be able to see it. So it's pretty cool. So I just put about, I don't know, a half a cup or so in here into a smaller bowl. Maybe I should do it in a bigger bowl so that you guys can all see it better. Yeah, I'll put it in a bigger bowl. Sorry about that. I should have sifted it, guys. You didn't remind me. That's okay. I'll do a little sifting right now. Yes, I even sift my powdered sugar. See those little balls though that you get? You can just smush those down and it goes a lot faster. All right, so I'm gonna put this right here. I don't like my hands to be dirty, so normally I wear gloves, but I thought it did not match with my outfit tonight, so. And I forgot to put my new apron on. I got a new apron, guys. Hold on. It's a cookie apron, guys. Look how cute that is. I can't believe I forgot to put it on. Well, halfway through it is better than no way through it, right? There we go. Now it's gonna make me even hotter, but that's okay, it's super cute. Okay. So let's get this going. Sorry about that. All right, so we are going to take about, I don't know, a spoonful-ish. But if you have an ice cream scooper or something like that, I just use, I think this is a 1-inch, I want to say, 1-inch scooper. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But just get a scooper. You're just going to scoop it out, okay? And you're just gonna put it in your powdered sugar, or tap it in there. But this is why when it's soft, it can be hard to deal with. So you can put a couple of them in there. If you have a bigger bowl, if you wanna do one at a time, totally up to you. But I usually like to do a couple of them at a time. So I'll do 3 of these and I'll show it to you. And then you get your spoon, just any old spoon. Unless you want to use your fingers, that's totally up to you. But I don't like it all over my hands. I know, call me weird. I love to bake and cook, but I don't like to get dirty. All right. And then you just roll it in your hands, and that's what it's gonna look like, okay? And then you're gonna put it on your baking sheet. I brought our baking sheet over. We're gonna grab our next one. But you don't want these like real hard. So you don't want to leave them in the fridge too long because they have to be able to be soft enough to hold on to that powdered sugar, okay? So just kind of keep that in mind as well. So then we just keep doing a few more. Make sure that your oven is at 350. I've had mine preheating this whole time at 350, okay? Now, if you want a bigger cookie, just get a bigger scoop or use like one of the big tablespoons. That's another way to do it, is just kind of tap it and move it around in the bowl. And then just get the excess off. Erica, you are so cute that you are watching. Hey, Rhonda, I just noticed that you're watching. Erica has been, I know it's so difficult to go shopping this afternoon, or this evening. She gets all of our decorations. She is so good with decorating, you guys, and doing our holiday parties and putting everything together. We can all come up with a vision, but she puts it all together and it just ends up being magical. It really does. So I love how we all have different talents and we can all bring them together and have fun doing it. So she's doing all the decorating and setting up for the Christmas party, and then I get to bake the cookies for the Christmas party. So I'm super excited about that. I did it last year. We're doing cookie decorating as just like a little fun time together. So yes, Erica, thank you for being so creative and giving me so many ideas. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I put 8 on the mat, and we're gonna put 8, a few on the side, just on the metal. And I kind of want to try parchment paper. I kind of want to see which one does the best, because when I go to mail these, I kind of want to make sure that they're perfect. So I've never done this test before, so you guys are going to learn right along with me on which one came out the best. So I'll probably put a line of parchment paper on here so that we can do, what is your guys' hypothesis? Which one's going to be better? Did I use that word right? I don't even know. All right, let's get some parchment paper out. And yes, my hands are very, very powdery. Ah, hard to tear just an itty bitty little piece. There we go. Okay, I am making a mess. Okay, that's gonna drive me insane. So let me grab my scissors. Maybe. Oh, they're there. So if you're anything like me, if you don't have a straight line, it's gonna drive you insane. It's probably why it takes me so long to do certain things. But Rhonda knows, and Erica knows. It's a real thing, guys. All right, so I have laid a little bit of parchment paper down there, and let's see how that will do. So guys, these only take, I want to say, in my oven, I think it only took like 8 to 10 minutes. But you really want to watch them because they can look like they're not done, but they really are. You do not want this to be a hard cookie, okay? You want it to be a softer, on the softer side of the cookies. I don't know if you guys can hear Eric's still coughing. Still coughing real bad. He's actually doing a little bit better, but still coughing quite a bit. All right, so that's the last one. So I will show you this. Let me wash my hands real quick, guys. All right, because you guys haven't seen it yet, have you? Look at my mess, my hot, beautiful mess. All right, so let's look right here, if you can see that. So I have 4 on parchment paper, 3 just on the pan, and then how many did we say? 3, 6, 8, 9 on, did I not, 6, 7, 8. I can't count, guys. And we have on this new silicone paper, or silicone mat. So guys, I'm going to put them in the oven. We're gonna see how they turn out. So if you can bear with me for about 8 to 10 minutes, that'd be great. Because then I can show you what they actually look like. So I put them on the middle rack so that I can constantly be watching them. Don't look at my messy house. I got a lot of projects going on because you have to prepare a lot of the homemade Christmas gifts now, because some of them you have to put in like the oven, you have to dehydrate a lot of stuff. And I was showing earlier, if you see the beginning of my video, so I'm dehydrating some oranges. I don't have a dehydrator, so I put them in the oven for 200 degrees for about 8 hours. And yes, it takes a while because you can only fit so many pans in there. And so I've got oranges going, and then I'm in the process of doing apples. And I'll be doing all of this fruit. Oh, you can't even see it. I'll be doing all the fruit right here in this basket as well. So I've got blood oranges, tangerines, and then we'll put like cinnamon sticks in there, and the I want to say anise. Now we grew up saying probably the wrong thing, but that's okay. And then then I'll put like allspice in it, some nutmeg and all of that type of stuff, and make it in a cute little bag for you. So, oh, I forgot to set my timer, guys. Hold on. So I set the timer for 7 minutes so that I can check it prior to. I'm gonna set this to the side so I can make the rest of this later. I have a friend coming to stay with us tonight. Shauna. Some of you know her. Her and her boyfriend and the boys are all coming tonight. So I gotta keep all this clean for when they get here. So I like to have this right here because then I can just push everything into the sink and then sterilize my counter when I'm done. All right, so we're going to make the fudge to go on top, guys. Let me grab. Okay, so for your fudge frosting, you are going to need 6 tablespoons of salted, softened butter, okay? So I messed up a little bit, didn't put enough butter out, so we're just gonna use a half stick, so I apologize, my fault. I thought I put enough out, apparently did not. So 6 tablespoons of salted room temperature butter, okay? 2 cups of powdered sugar, a half a tablespoon of vanilla, 2 ounces of cream cheese softened, which I have, that's been sitting out, half a cup of cocoa powder, and milk just to kind of thin it out, okay? So I'm gonna use that same bowl that I had my powdered sugar in, just so I don't have a lot of dishes. And then, sorry, I like to keep checking on my cookies. And I'm gonna show you guys my little simmer pot concoction. Now this is not what yours will look like. This is what mine looks like because I used all of the, what do you wanna call it? The not so good looking pieces. So, mine kind of has a mismatch of items in it, but that's okay. All right, so in a bowl, we are going to put our softened butter. So I'm just gonna use the rest of that. Woo! I need one of those with a lid on it. Yeah, so here I have about 4.5, 5 tablespoons. That's okay. Where'd I put my spatula? You know what? I will go ahead and soften just a little bit more butter. I don't want this to get ruined. So, give me just a moment and I will get some more butter. So I'm gonna say we had about 4 tablespoons of butter. So I'm gonna put in another 2. I'm just gonna quick put it in for about 20 seconds in the microwave. Hopefully I don't have a melted mess here shortly. Perfect, guys. Oh my heavens, that was perfect. That never happens. So just slightly a little bit melted, but perfectly softened. Okay, that makes me feel better. With my OCD, that would have haunted me. Okay, so we have our butter, 2 cups of powdered, 2 cups of powdered sugar. This I'm not gonna sift, excuse me. I'm not gonna sift this just so that we can go a little faster, but normally I would. That's a half a cup. So I'm gonna need 4 of these. Oh, heavens. We got a little extra powdered sugar. Sorry guys, that's what happens when I rush. Okay, then we need our vanilla. And again, just measure with your heart. I add a little bit of my regular vanilla that I get at the store, but then I also add my vanilla bean paste. I do about 2 squirts of that in there, okay? Now we're going to add, the cream cheese. When it comes to frosting, you guys, you can just add everything together. You don't have to add your powder, your dry ingredients to your wet ingredients. It's just, frosting is a little bit different because you want a consistency of everything together combined. So 2 ounces of cream cheese, and here on the sides, where is it at? Yep. It'll say how many ounces on here. So each one of these lines between them is 1 ounce, okay? So I'm gonna need 2 of these. Again, just eyeball it. If you're off, a centimeter, it's not gonna be that big a deal. Plus, who doesn't like cream cheese? It's very delightful. Okay. I love cream cheese. Alrighty. And then our cocoa powder. Guys, I think 7 minutes is about correct on those cookies. I'm going to show them to you and see what you think. Oh, they look very good. What do you guys think? So I'm going to say 7 minutes. The timer just went off. Hey, Laura. So 7 minutes on the crinkle cookies because you're gonna leave them for about 1 minute to 2 minutes on the pan. So they'll continue to bake for a few more minutes. So don't leave them in there for the full 10 minutes. If the recipe says 10 minutes, take them out at about 7 to 8 minutes and let them sit on the pan for a few minutes, okay? All right, guys, I'm gonna let that sit for a minute and then finish up the frosting, and then we'll see what the difference was between the parchment paper, regular pan, like flat on the pan, and the silicone baking sheet, okay? So let's finish this up. We have a half cup of cocoa butter that we need to put in here. Or cocoa powder, not butter, sorry. Kara, hey girl. I know you guys have probably all been on here forever, but I apologize. I wasn't really looking at who all has joined and what time. So I apologize. Oh, well, let's just add the rest of that. Okay. I might get a little bit more because I really like this cocoa powder. Give me just a second, guys. I always have extra on hand. So if I buy one, if I need one, I usually buy 2. So my pantry is quite full, and Eric keeps saying, well, where's all the food? Because it's full of Christmas cookie stuff. So we're just gonna take a little bit extra from here to make that half a cup, okay? And you really can't mess this up. If you wanna add extra cocoa powder, add it. If you really enjoy chocolate, go ahead, add it. So what we're gonna do next is stir this. I'm gonna try to do it with just my whisk and see how smooth I can get it. So here's where your milk comes in, guys. You don't wanna add a lot to begin with. You just add it a little at a time. So I added probably not quite a tablespoon, okay? Because remember that butter is soft too, and you don't want this real thick, real thin. It's gotta sit on your cookie, right? So I'll show you what this looks like. Just that little bit of water, little bit of milk, already did that, okay? So make sure that you don't add too much all at one time. So we're just gonna add maybe another half a tablespoon. And normally I would do this on my KitchenAid, but I got the cookie dough in my KitchenAid, so we're doing it the old-fashioned way. So it may not look as smooth, but that's okay. I'll probably smooth it a little bit later. But chocolate fudge is chocolate fudge. It don't matter, right? Okay, so this is what it looks like with just about, I would say, maybe 2 tablespoons of milk. Okay? And that's about the consistency that you want. You don't want it runny, but you want it to be able to stay on the cookie. Okay? So, that's what we're going to go with. And I'm hoping I didn't forget anything this time. Okay. I make it like, I make it so often, certain cookies and things like that, that I just do it and then I'm like, oh crap, did I forget something? Rhonda, I'm so glad that you're on here tonight. Thank you, ladies. Okay, so I'm gonna go grab the cookies real quick. Give me just a moment to move some of this stuff out of our way. And then we can frost the cookies and you guys can tell me. And you know, if you work with me, you're getting these on Monday afternoon, Tuesday morning, okay? So get ready. Because I will be baking this weekend. Again. All right, let's bring that pan over and see what we're working with, guys. All right, so the only thing that I noticed right away, can you guys see these okay? Maybe move you a little bit closer, maybe. You guys can see those okay? So the ones on the actual pan itself, I feel like it flattened a little bit more as I'm looking at these. Let's lift them up and see what the bottoms look like. They still look really good. All of them look really good. Okay, so there's the bottom. Really good. Let's see here. But look at that crinkle. It looks so pretty. Okay. Ooh, that looks really pretty though too. Very smooth. And then let's look at the ones on the parchment paper. Let's pick this one in the corner here. I don't know, they all look really good. I think the timing was perfect. Let's try to frost one of these and then I'll open it up and show it to you guys, okay? Guys, when you frost, you don't need any special utensils. I know you see a lot of people have like these frosting utensils. We grew up by using spoons and knives. That's all you need, okay? So, it's okay just to use those tools that you have. Don't go out and buy a bunch of extra tools. Make do with what you got. So, let's take a little bit of this frosting. We're gonna stick it on top here. And this will set up and harden a little bit, okay? So once they harden, I like to put a little bit of sifted flour, powdered sugar on top when I'm done. Which one did I pick up? This one? Now this, I also have in the past put like little peppermint chips on it, crushed peppermint candies. Which you can do to make it look a little more festive and Christmassy. So that's a fun idea, or do it however you want. You can put sprinkles on them or just leave it like that. Totally up to you. So I'm gonna let those sit, but let's pick up a different one and open it up. I'm really hoping they're done inside. Okay, you guys are gonna figure this out just like I am. on, guys. Can you see it? Okay, Rhonda, this is for you. So you better be watching. I just ate some. Oh my heavens, those are really good, guys. Those turned out really, really good. They're very like soft and chewy at the same time. So they turned out really good, you guys. That's what the crinkle cookie is with the fudge on top. No peppermint with chocolate. I like peppermint with chocolate. I'm sorry. I like peppermint with my coffee. Like peppermint mocha. That's okay. I will not put peppermint on yours, Rhonda. But I was going to show you. I know Lori would appreciate this. She likes a lot of that type, simmer pot stuff. So, Lori, if you're still on here, I am dehydrating my oranges to make my simmer pots to send home to you guys. So I will be shipping them to you. I got a bunch more. I'm gonna be doing blood oranges. Whoops, sorry. Blood oranges. And then I got a bunch of apples and oranges in here. And then I got all my cinnamon and everything that I'll be using as well to do simmer pots. So, Lori, you can have yours for free, okay? I will ship it to you, and I'll send some for Mom and Lisa and everybody else. And but if you want some, let me know. They're going to be about approximately $8 for a bag of it, okay? And I'll get on here and I'll show you how I put them together and everything that I put in them, so that you guys all know. I'll put instructions on it when I send it to you. But you can use this simmer pot over and over again. So once it's dehydrated, you can use it for like up to a week. Let's say you used it for Thanksgiving and then you put it away for a while. You can get it back out at Christmas and use it again for Christmas. So that's the nice part of the dehydrated simmer pots. I was going to show you guys my concoction, because what I did, like the little ends and things like that, your messed up pieces, I just put in a pot and it's been like cooking for about 5 to 6 hours now. And my whole house smells like Christmas. So I just I put in like nutmeg and like my apple cores that I had, you know what I mean, that I didn't want to throw out. And then just the ends of my apples, ends of oranges. I put some star anise in there. I don't know if I have my, let me see if I can stir it around and show it to you guys here. Can you see it? Okay. So we have cinnamon sticks in there. We have some cloves. And then, oh, there's my star anises right there, and my nutmeg. So I'll have some that has like cranberries in it. Oh, and it'll have a bay leaf. But look how beautiful that is. I love that. But all of this stuff will be more dehydrated and not like your fresh fruits. I just did it because I didn't want to waste anything. So that's why I did it that way. But does anybody have any questions? I hope you like this series. If you want more cookie series next Friday, I can do that. If you want a food item or something like a Thanksgiving side, I can also do that. We're doing a Friendsgiving here on the 22nd, so I'll probably do a live on that Friday. It might be a quick one, but I probably will. And then doing a Thanksgiving down here with some other friends that can't come to our Friendsgiving. So we got a few things going on. But if you guys have any ideas of what you want me to make, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just keep doing cookies. Totally up to you guys. But I want you to have fun and keep coming on here. Okay? So again, if you want some of that simmer pot stuff, let me know. It'll take probably a couple days to get everything done and dehydrated. I know, Jen, you're coming to my Friendsgiving. Rhonda would too if she didn't live so darn far away. So, but yeah, let me know what you guys want, okay? And let me know what you want in your cookie box. If you're gonna order one, I haven't came up with a price on them yet, but I can do that this week. But kind of start thinking about what you guys want in your cookie box. And Lori, please ask Mom what she wants in her cookie box, okay? All right, thank you guys very much for coming on and supporting me. I truly appreciate you all.